not sure why it took so long to recognize that the Democrats wanted the endless supply of illegal aliens to themselves.
After all, most of these immigrants have been here a long time. They work hard, often in tough, low-paying jobs. They support their families. They worship at our churches. Many of their kids are American-born or spent most of their lives here. And their hopes, dreams, and patriotism are just like ours. As my predecessor, President Bush, once put it, they are a part of American life.
We also recognize that immigration is essential to our competitiveness. We need all the fresh, wonderful thinking from all over the world to be part of our economy. And we also need many of the young people who have been educated in our institutions of higher learning, especially in the sciences, to stay here. So
President Trump announced he's going to try to give them what they want.
So we are looking at the possibility, strongly looking at, to be honest with you. California, the governor wants to have a lot of people coming in, refugees coming in, a lot of sanctuary cities, so we'll give them to the sanctuary cities maybe to take care of if that's the way they want it, because we can only hold them under the current law for 20 days.
They can either deal with it at the border and stop it from getting worse, or they're going to have to take on some of that burden in their communities if that becomes an option. Again, that's not our first choice, probably not even our second or third choice, but we have to look at all options as long as Democrats refuse to do their jobs and fix the problem.
But now the Democrats are vigorously defending against it.
Do you think this is an empty threat by the president, though, to talk about busing people from the border into these sanctuary cities? He likes to create friction sometimes to jumpstart, he says, a Congress that's not acting.
He is injecting fear into our country. And so if he was looking to solve a problem, he wouldn't be doing things to divide this country against itself. Beware of anybody that's trying to tell you to be afraid in the strongest country in the world, as opposed to showing our strength and our courage by pulling people together to find common sense solutions to solve this problem.
it's just another notion that is unworthy of the presidency of the United States and disrespectful of the challenges that we face as a country, as a people, to address who we are, a nation of immigrants.
Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom fired back at the president's plan today.
It's illegal. It's immoral, it's unethical, it's sophomoric, it's petulant, and it's par for the course.
It doesn't fit the plan. How are they going to turn those red states blue and champion the United Nations replacement migration plan while the sanctuary cities crumble?
We are not going to be able to get it done under the Republican leadership in Congress. We believe that we will have leverage when we win in November. And why that's important? Because it gives leverage to every family, to every mom who courageously brought her child across the desert to escape.
CHER tweeted an urgent message of sudden coherence in response to President Trump's proposal, saying, "I understand helping struggling immigrants, but my city, Los Angeles, isn't taking care of its own. What about the 50,000 citizens who live on the streets, people who live below poverty line and hungry? If my state can't take care of its own, many are vets, how can it take care of more?" And oddly enough, CHER is right to be concerned. According to the Migration Policy Institute, Los Angeles has taken in at least 10% of the United States population of illegal immigrants. Second on that list, Harris County, Texas, or the southern portion of Texas, fueling a blue wave that is gradually heading into central Texas.
This chart right here shows what type of facilities we'd need based on the number of people coming to this country illegally on a monthly basis versus the number of days to adjudicate that initial claim. And it's pretty shocking. Right now, we had about 100,000 individuals is what the estimate is for March. About 100,000 people come to this country illegally. If it takes 45 days, right now it's taking about 40 days, I think, to get that initial determination, we're looking at needing detention facilities, somewhere about 125,000 beds is what this chart would show you.
On average, we apprehend more than 1,000 people illegally crossing the border every day. That's roughly the capacity of 17 commercial buses.
Mexico is a major source country for the transit and production of illicit drugs destined for the United States, including marijuana, cocaine, methamphetamines, heroin, and most recently fentanyl. As a result of Mexico's dominant role, both as a source and transit point for illicit drugs destined for the United States, it's also a primary destination for illicit proceeds that the cartel earns through their distribution networks in the United States.
What's more, as illegal aliens replace Americans in the heartland, they also replace them in the suburbs. As The Atlantic reported way back in 2014, in 2000, more than half of immigrants lived in the suburbs of the nation's largest metro areas. That number is now up to 61%, as more immigrants migrate to suburban communities instead of urban centers, according to census data from 2000 to 2013 analyzed by the Brookings Institution. The Democrats want to silence the vote and voice of American citizens, and it's never been clearer than it is today. We should provide their sanctuary cities with as many illegal aliens as they can't handle. Maybe then we could start to talk about some security on our southern border. John Bowne reporting.